But we got some PlayStation news for you. Former PlayStation boss, I believe, Sean Layden says, live service games are not real games. He said it's not real. Still fucking talking about these live service games, nigga. That live service shit. According to Sean Layden, a live service game isn't really a game. The former PlayStation boss said in an interview that a live service game is better described as repetitive action engagement device. You just saying shit repetitive. First of all, every video game is repetitive. It's just up to you to decide whether or not you like that repetition. Thank you, buddy. I will say live service games are far more repetitive and they need to be more innovative, but every video game is repetitive. Then what is a game? Speaking to The Ringer, Sean Layden said, a game needs 3 elements. I need a story, I need a character, and I need a world, he said. And the Horizon, wait, I need a story, I need a character, and I need a world. I could argue those 3 elements are all the same thing. Nothing about the gameplay? Because what about older games? The stories were very simple. In Donkey Kong, the story was a big ass monkey stole Pauline and this nigga pulled up with a hammer and said, give me my bitch back. That was the story. Like, so I don't know if I agree with it. Like the best games don't necessarily need an in-depth story, and that game is still fun in my opinion. Like what are we talking about, bro? And Horizon, God of War, Uncharted all have those things. That's a very PlayStation answer. He loves those third-person, story-driven, over-the-shoulder stories. If you're doing a live service game, you just needed a repetitive action that most people can get their head around, an ability to communicate in that world with other like-minded people, and the player's desire to do it again and again and again. Layden left Sony in 2019, and he hasn't said exactly why he left, but he explained in the interview that live service was not my skill set. Sounds like he left Sony because Sony wanted it. We know for a fact Sony wants to double down on live service games, and he said he ain't trying to hear that shit. At the time, Sony was investing heavily in live service and was planning to release a dozen live service games by 2026. Sony later cut that projection in half, and some of the titles it released, like Concord, failed spectacularly. Others, like Helldivers 2, have been enormously successful. So it sounds to me like he's saying they're not real games. But I think what he means to say is they're not inspired. Because I'm not a big fan of live service games, but there are a lot of people out there that love the first Depressant. Like, let's see. How many people are still playing that? Steam, DB, First Descendant. Like right now, right fucking now, at 12:52 p.m., October 22nd, 2025, over 4,000 people in this moment are using their free will to play a 5 out of 10 known as the First Disappointment. So, like, I'm not going to say it's not a real game. It's not for me, I'll say that much. And I will go as far as to say it's not inspired. It's not innovating, because the gameplay loop in this is super boring. There's literally no difference. The only difference between the First Disappointment and
Chat Twin. I guess dropping a super bag on a super nigga like me would be super appropriate for a time like this.
Yo, shout out to Wu-Tang for the $50.
For whatever reason, can unban me PLS? If not, I still respect and will support you, brother.
Shout out to Wu-Tang with the $50 super chat. He said, can you unban me? No, for 2 reasons. You probably got banned for a reason. Second, literally, I cannot unban somebody if they donated. That's against the TOS. You just did that on stream. That would get me in trouble. So no, you just be happy I'm letting you live in the YouTube. Anyways, the only difference between the First Disappointment and Suicide Squad, well, there's 2 things. The 2 main differences, one's free to play, one costs $70. And then one's a superhero themed one, and one's got big titty anime chicks. But other than that, they're the same exact fucking game. You run around with an AR, just shooting at endless waves of enemies, defending the computer. It's just one has big titty Harley Quinn. This one has, I don't know, big titty chick from One Piece. I don't know. That's the main difference. Damn, tell Wings about that TOS. Bro, Wings is who he is. But it's the same shit, and that's the problem with live service games.
Super chat. I'm going to Snapchat.
What are we doing? What was the first live service game to hit big?
Carry on. Celebratory gesture emoji.
What was the first big successful live service game? I'm trying to think. I could argue probably call it. It depends on what we're calling live service. Because if you want to be technical, Yeah, you could argue World of Warcraft. You could argue World of Warcraft. You could argue Unreal Tournament. You can argue Call of Duty. Those are the first ones because those are technically live service games. But if we're going off the format of like the looter shooter type of game, he said Neopets. I mean, Neopets was technically a live service. Yeah, you could argue Counter-Strike. You could argue Wizard 101, Club Penguin. Those are live service games. But I think they're talking about like the more modern take on it, like your Destinies, the First Depressant, Suicide Squad. If we're talking about the more modern take, I'd probably say the first successful live service game was probably PUBG, H1Z1 maybe, if you want to count that. And then after that, Fortnite just was out of here after PUBG. The First Depressant. That shit's depressing. It's just boring, bro. It's fucking boring. Mini clip. What else did he say? Researcher June Van Drogen. Yo, this nigga sound like a villain, bro. Researcher June Van Drogenon told The Ringer that the Sony's misses in the live service department sting, but they're not fatal. He said, this nigga sound like an evil vampire in Castlevania. Oh shit, nigga, you about to fight June Van Drogen? This nigga sound like a fucking he sound like a Blade villain, bro. This nigga about to fight Wesley Snipes. Yo, you about to take on June? Yo, in the Bethesda Blade game, don't be surprised if we fight June Van Drogen. This shit is crazy. Told The Ringer that Sony misses in the live service department sting, but they're not fatal, he said. Even if live service fizzles, the PS5 business is strong. The real risk isn't collapse. It's wasted time and money that could have gone into the Sony already does best. And I agree. You could have put out 10 small, amazing games instead of this big ass live service game. Sony has invested more than $1.4 billion in Fortnite developer Epic Games, so the company likely stands to benefit as Fortnite continues to grow and grow. Sony has also continued to invest in its own live service projects in the next big release in Bungie's Marathon. Is Fortnite still growing? Is that true? I thought it kind of like plateaued. It's not falling off, but like it's not. Is it growing? The game has already had a rocky road to release, though, as it was delayed indefinitely and caught up in an art theft scandal. For his part, Layden says companies should not look to live service to help their businesses around. If you're trying to go into that space because you have this illusion in your mind of big sacks of money coming every day for the rest of your life, most of it doesn't happen, he said. I agree. Most of these gameplay loops are not innovative enough to generate the type of money that they're looking for, and they think it's like some type of infinite money glitch. Do you need a hug, nigga? You need a hug? Why are you hitting me? I know you don't got a potty. In 2023, one of PlayStation's most important people, Connie Booth, left the company after 30 years. She was never explained in her department, but former PlayStation developer David Scott Jaffe, the creator of Twisted Metal and God of War, said both was fired. She was fired! She was not like you! She didn't retire! She didn't quit, she was fucking fired! Jaffe said, which is funny. I think I'm trying to make a funny voice, but that's how David Jaffe actually talks. That's how he's known to be. I think he's a hothead. Jaffe went on to say that the former PlayStation boss, Jim Ryan, gave a mandate for PlayStation's teams to make more games as live service titles, which in turn reportedly upset a number of PlayStation developers. All this was somehow blamed on Connie. Yeah, I think the problem with turning everything into a live service game is you have to understand people don't have infinite amounts of time. So if there are 10 ongoing live service games, realistically, how many of them can have 1 million plus players at a time? It's not fucking possible. And then on top of that, how many of those people are actually spending money? It's not possible. I want to play other shit. I don't want to have to fucking log in and do dailies, right? Do you want to do dailies? Yeah, you want a daily hug, don't you? I do a daily with my dad. So I get what he's saying. I still don't agree with, as much as I don't like live service, I still don't agree with the term that it's not a game. Like anything can be a game. If it has rules and somebody can win and somebody can lose, that is the definition of a game. If I say, all right, if I line up some baddies and I'm like, all right, let's see who can eat the most ass in 20 minutes. If you eat more ass than everybody else, that's a game. You can win. You see what I'm saying? No sex before marriage, but you get the point. Now, if you're into that game, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? You said, damn, I want to play. Oh my God, nigga. Where this context at? Everything could be a game, bro. Like, what are we fucking talking about? Y'all not hearing me though. Y'all not hearing me. Other PlayStation news. Apparently, there was a canceled multiplayer God of War game, and screenshots have emerged online. Screenshots of the canceled God of War multiplayer game have surfaced online. The Bluepoint-led project, which was shelved alongside a Blur Studio game, was never confirmed but known to be worked on. However, it's being revealed that screenshots from a in-game progress build of the title have emerged online. Even more so, it confirms that the God of War project would have returned to an earlier time during the original trilogy. MP First has been a very reliable source of information for quite some time. From Perfect Dark to Everwild, they've been quite accurate with their reports. Now the outlet has found screenshots of the canceled God of War multiplayer game. Its sources provided them with a ton of screenshots available here and provide some interesting insight. It's important to note that while it may be true, take it with a grain of salt. The most notable detail in the screenshots is that it would have taken place in Greece. The God of War series hasn't been back to that setting since God of War Ascension in 2013. Even more so, MP First told them that Hades would have been involved in some way. This means that games would have taken place prior to this grotesque demise in God of War 3. Translation: Sony will not give up on these live service games. They said, we know we've built this brand that's known for amazing storytelling and action and adventure, but we need a multiplayer live service Kratos game. And I'm here to let you go, nigga.
Only lame niggas say that shit.
If you want to see the screenshots, I'm not going to show them on screen because for legal reasons, I'm not sure if I can show this, but if you want to check them out, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Just remember to scroll down and click this part right here. I don't want to drop the direct link in chat, but click the available part right here. If y'all want it on YouTube, here, I'll put it in the YouTube chat as well. Wait, let me, let's see, YouTube live. Is it gonna fucking load? There we go. Oh, here you go. I dropped it in the YouTube chat if y'all want the link. All right. Turning single player studios into live service studios and fucking them over is one of the biggest missteps of PlayStation. And you know what's crazy? I feel like it's like a unique.
Deeply appreciated. This money will go towards a 23andMe kit. I know I'm black, but I need a DNA test to reveal if I'm Taco Fall black or just Blake Griffin black.
I thought God of War Ascension was dope. I thought the single player was dope. I thought the multiplayer was just okay. I didn't think it was mind blowing.
Your super chat is deeply appreciated.
Shout out to Guy the Muse with the $5 super chat.
I know I'm black, but I need a DNA test to reveal if I'm Taco Fall black or just Blake Griffin black.
If they want to make a PlayStation multiplayer so damn bad,
Make All Stars 2.
better yet make PlayStation v Xbox. That'll generate noise.
I don't think if we'll ever get like a Smash Bros. PlayStation versus Xbox for like legal reasons. I don't think they'll let that happen. But PlayStation All Stars 2, I always felt like that had potential. I don't see why they don't do that, man. Freaking. I personally wouldn't have wanted this game, but this is an example of that live service is their focus because this was another live service game that got canceled. Wait, why don't they make All Stars again? The first one failed. So, you know, it's funny because that is a live service game that could work. All they got to do is all they had to do is make a straight up Smash Bros clone with a couple of unique features compared to Smash Bros, and it would have been fine. They tried too hard to be different with that formula.
Into oblivion.
Because the problem with All Stars is the combat was good, the actual hand-to-hand combat, but it didn't reward you for being good at the game. All the game was trying to build up your meter as fast as possible and then spamming people to death with your ultimates. Because that was the only, if you never played PlayStation All Stars, it wasn't based off percentages and then you knock them off the map. It was based off of how many times you hit somebody with your ultimate. So they had this whole in-depth combo system, but all it was used for was to get your ult and then you had to hit them with your ult. So then also what would happen is you would do like a sick combo, you build up your ult meter, and then if you miss with your ult, you don't fucking score. Sounds like Jump Force. Well, no, PlayStation All Stars is better than Jump Force. Don't do that. PlayStation All Stars was not that great, but you saw the potential in it. And you could also appreciate that they took risks. Jump Force was just fucking horrible, and it was lazy on top of that. That story mode is one of the worst things I've seen in the last 20 years. I said it, nigga. I said it. The best thing about Jump Force is when they announced it at E3. That was the most hype moment about it. But when it actually came out, that shit was basura. The art style was basura. How the fuck you fuck up on the art style on a shonen collaboration fighting game when you literally had the source material right there, the Shonen Jump manga? All you had to do was open the book and say, all right, we should pick one of these art styles, okay? Like, people understand that they had to fuse all the different worlds together, so they probably had to go with one art style over the other. But it wouldn't have mattered which one they went with because it's shonen and everybody loves fucking shonen. So if they wanted to do the One Piece art style, that's cool. We can look at Goku in a One Piece art style. If they wanted to go Dragon Ball, they could have did that. If they wanted to do Yu Yu, they could have did that. You see the point I'm trying to make? That shit was just lazy. Instead, they went with this super realistic, unreal, humanoid ass looking look. And then on top of that, it was another arena fighter that I was not maybe intelligent. Because remember, the Sparking Zero fan said I wasn't intelligent enough to comprehend that game, even though, guys, there's no difference between fucking Sparking Zero and Jump Force. Hate to break it to you guys. We should have had a Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network. I don't think that would have happened because both of them are past their heyday. But yeah, cancel joint. Speaking of live service games, Call of Duty Warzone's focus on the year ahead is Battle Royale. Resurgence in the future of the game. Call of Duty, anybody? Raven Software says its focus on the year, which, by the way, footage of the Battlefield BR has leaked online on TikTok, allegedly. If you want to look for it, if you want to search for it, I ain't gonna show it here for legal reasons, but allegedly you can find footage. Raven Software says its focus of the year ahead in Call of Duty Warzone comes down to 3 pillars: Battle Royale, resurgence, in the future of the game. In a new update posted earlier today, the developer said that the team was incredibly excited and there's much more to come, including a first look at some of the updates on the way, but insisted Battle Royale is the foundation upon which we build every new mode, feature, and memorable moment. It's crazy to hear Call of Duty's focus is Battle Royale. The game's focus is literally in the title. The Call of Duty, the emotion behind war and what it does to man. That is the fucking focus. Well, it should be, but the Battle Royale. While continuing to innovate across the entire game, we feel it's important that Battle Royale remains a cornerstone in what we do, the developer stated. That's why we're expanding Battle Royale to include support for multiple large maps via map rotation. While it wasn't previously realistic for us to host multiple large maps, we've since taken the steps necessary to support it. This won't be a launch feature with Black Ops 7, but it is a key addition slated for early next year. Translation: Battlefield is coming out with some shit, so now we're nervous and we're trying to double down on it. Though it's previously insisted it would approach change more deliberately to preserve the original Warzone launch experience, after re-releasing Verdansk last spring, Fiend? Raven confirmed it's going to increase how often we release updates and refine the way we surface new features to you. The goal is balance, keep things moving without forgetting about seasonal support and quality of life improvements. As part of that, Raven says it's heard you loud and clear about Rebirth Island and the broader Resurgence experience, admitting it is stated to feel a bit stale. Nigga, what about them cheaters? You know what, no fucking cheater. When y'all gonna ban 100 million thousand cheaters off your damn servers? So to start, we're delivering a full refresh to Rebirth Island, because within the first week of Battlefield 6, they deleted 100 million thousand Chrono users off that fucking server, bro. Which includes new POI updates, a cosmetic patch, oh sweet, more cosmetics, and several upgrades that improve flow, Raven explained. The launch of the new Haven's Hollow map in Season 1 will be another step in spicing up Resurgence. These past months, we've made changes based on feedback received during earlier previews of Haven's Hollow. Shortly after launch, we'll be bringing map rotation to Resurgence, which will swap between Rebirth Island and Haven's Hollow. The statement added, we're also exploring opportunities to bring back past maps in the future seasons. An improved version of Fortune's Keep is underway as we speak. Our goal is to ensure that each map has room to shine without sidelighting the other ones. Moving forward, though, the developer says it will continue to make significant, meaningful improvements on multiple fronts and intends to deliver higher frequency of updates with larger emphasis on balance changes no less than twice per season. Man, you get it, bro. They're doubling down on the same bullshit. If they ban the cheaters, they lose the consumer base and they show the content. Yeah, if they ban the cheaters, how will they be able to look at their skins? All right, bro, fuck you. How about that? Haven's Hollow. Oh, a fly through. This is a look at the new map, Haven's Hollow, guys. This trailer needs some Fiend. It's not doing it for me, bro. You know what's funny? I seen a comment on YouTube that said I'm happy they're adding BR to Battlefield 6 because then all the Call of Duty dumbasses that are plaguing the regular Battlefield can go play that shit, and the matches will become better in Battlefield. Because I'm not gonna lie, there might be some truth to it. The randoms in Battlefield 6 feel like they're the worst randoms in Battlefield. I feel like I've never struggled this hard to get a win in Battlefield until this year, and I do feel like it's more Call of Duty players on there in comparison to other just not playing. So many people playing medic that don't heal. Nobody wants to play engineer. It'd be 60 players on a team and it's 2 engineers, bro. And I find myself switching between medic and engineer all the time because we always are missing one or the other. Shout out to Something Racist with the $20 super chat. He said, I'm about to close in on a new house. I'm super excited. Okay. Shout out to you, big home buyer. Especially in this economy. Niggas walk right over. They walk right over your body. You'll drop right in front of them and they will not pick you up, bro. And that shit is infuriating, bro. I don't like, bro, just play assault if you're not going to do your job. That way we can at least cap the point faster. Tanks just going crazy. You have to control the vehicles and that shit. Speaking of Battlefield, Battlefield's next patch will address the game's most frustrating problem ahead of Season 1's release. Update 1.1.1.1.1.10 is set to go live tomorrow. So the 28th, because this is released today. A day before the Season 1 launch, and it's taken a sledgehammer to one of the biggest problems players have had with the game since launch. The key change in question addresses weapon dispersion, which has been throwing off players' shots ever since the game released earlier this month. For those unaware, weapon dispersion refers to bullets spreading out from where you're aiming when you're looking down the sight. Players have been taking shots they feel should be hitting and only to see them miss the target, leading to frustration. So basically, where you aim is where your bullets should go. I've seen a few videos about this, people saying sometimes the bullets are all over the place. So basically, the shooting is going to get better. They said, whoa. This is a shooter. And the most important thing about a shooter is making sure the shooting feels good. This is not X-Defiant, nigga. Because remember, X-Defiant had been out for like 3-4 months and they never fixed the shooting. That shit was fucking crazy. And then they wonder, we don't know why nobody's playing our game because it fucking sucks, nigga. According to the patch notes, the patch will rework weapon dispersion to better align with accuracy and handling of each weapons. Shout out to Slade Hood with the sub. Appreciate it. You get the point. They're improving the shooting. You get the point. Shots fired. You can download the patch now. I'll probably download it tonight. I've been playing this off stream. I've been enjoying it. It's just a fun game to hop on and shoot the shit. Like, it replaced Call of Duty for me because I was like, I ain't playing Call of Duty this year. I've seen some streamers complaining that like they feel like there's nothing to do in the game because they're like, if I'm not constantly unlocking stuff, he's like, why am I playing this game? I've seen that from 3 different big streamers. I'm like, it's just a play for fun. Like, when did we get to this point in gaming where people feel like they have to constantly be unlocking skins and stupid shit for their fucking gun to have fun? The fun is getting on the game with your boys and your girls, your homies, and just laughing. That's the fucking shooting a helicopter out the sky and it crashing in your face and you dying. Like, that's the fun, bro. They need the dope. Like, bro, like, y'all gotta relax, bro. These iPad kids, man. But I like the fact that it's nothing extra, bro. We've lost the pot. The entire point of playing games is not to unlock shit. It's to have fun, to create memories with your friends. When you think back on those days at Xbox Live or PS3, if you were weird, you think about all the times when, you know, we was on Xbox 360 in the parties just shooting the shit and playing games, right? The most we had was achievements, but it wasn't mad unlocks. Achievements and bacon skin. In troll news, apparently people loved Bella Ramsey's performance, or shall I say hated. They hated Bella Ramsey's performance so much in the Last of Us TV show, they are now calling for Bella Ramsey to play Horizon in the upcoming Horizon movie. So they photoshopped her face, or they used AI, because it says Grok right there. They used AI to put Bella Ramsey. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty good AI Photoshop. They put Bella Ramsey's face on Aloy. You really are a millennial, me too. Tight shit. I thought this was fucking funny. This nigga, shout out to Muji for tagging me in this. I thought this was fucking funny, bro. I'm like, bro, they really hate her after season 2. To be fair, they could be referring to the challenges because those are extremely long and you need to complete those to unlock the base equipment. I feel that. I also feel like I'm just seeing a lot of content from big creators that mainly play Call of Duty, and it feels like they're just going out of their way to hate on Battlefield 6. Like, it's like a hate boner. It's really weird while playing it. Like, I seen a clip of Nadeshot saying, oh, I really hate Battlefield because nobody heals. And while he's saying that, he's getting picked up by a medic. I thought that shit was funny. I'm not saying I disagree with him, but I'm like, you're getting picked up. You probably shouldn't have uploaded this clip. But anyways, yeah, it feels like people are going out of their way to hate on the shit compared to like other games. And it's like, yo, just leave it. Like I said, I played Borderlands. I said it wasn't for me. Y'all don't see me talking about Borderlands anymore, do you? Like, let people have their fucking fun. If it's not for you, that's okay. Like, let people enjoy what they enjoy it for the reason that they enjoy it instead of trying to change it into the vision that you want it. Because if we change Battlefield into Call of Duty, then you guys are going to complain because you already fucking hate Call of Duty. This shit just like Call of Duty. I fucking hate this shit, bro. Let it be. Let it fucking be. Go find a different game, bro. I forgot all about Jump Force. It's a very forgettable game, so it's understandable. The rumored new title for the next Sonic movie is wild. Sonic the Hedgehog movie franchise has gradually started incorporating more lore with each entry, like the latest movie's inclusion of Shadow the Hedgehog and Maria. Though this has largely delighted longtime fans of the Blue Blur, the titling of the sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog 3 may be taking the fan service concept a bit too far, with Paramount executives reportedly floating the idea of calling the fourth Sonic film Sonic CD. Yes, you read that right. The next film in the Sonic franchise could be named after a 1993 video game for the Sonic CD. Which, I mean, makes sense because, I mean, if you ain't seen the movie, oh well. At the end of Sonic 3, Amy appears in Metal Sonic, and I'm pretty sure Metal Sonic first appeared in Sonic CD, right? That's his first appearance. So, I mean, I think Amy first appeared in Sonic CD too, right? I think. So, I mean, it would make sense they would call it that, right? Also, for what's the word I'm looking for PR reasons, it's never good to name something because people are less inclined to support it because they feel like you're milking it, which is true. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't call Sonic the Hedgehog 4. They call it Sonic CD. I wouldn't be surprised. Yo, shout out to J2 Nasty with the sub. Appreciate it.
Retwist for my locks.
I didn't even see 2 or 3. Well, I just spoiled it for you. Oh well. You read that right. The next film in the Sonic franchise could be named after the 1993 video game for the Sega CD. This rumor comes from a recent article by The Direct, which cites a Patreon post by reporter Daniel Reichman. Though the post itself is locked behind a paywall, the article summarizes its main point. Paramount is exploring the idea of abandoning the franchise's numbered tilting in favor of a retro video game reference. As with all rumors, it's important to take this one with a grain of salt. Reichman, who operates under the username Daniel RPK, is a well-known leaker, and just like all proponents of a rumor mill, his veracity varies. Many online say he has a fairly reputable track record, especially when it comes to information gleaned from promotional materials like release dates. But the Sonic CD story should just as easily be completely unfounded gossip, so take it with a grain of salt. Basically, don't be surprised if Sonic 4 is called Sonic CD. Damn, bro, they got to stop it with these Sonic movies. Once Jim leaves, they're cooked. Yeah, I feel like this should be the last one. I'm not gonna lie, I thought like 3 should have been the last one, but I did think it was really weird with Sonic that they skipped. I feel like Sonic 1 was the origin story. Honestly, I feel like Sonic 2 was kind of like, it wasn't the story, but I felt like Sonic 2 was an homage to Sonic Heroes. And then Sonic 3 was clearly a loose interpretation of Sonic Adventure. If they wanted to milk the series, I find it very weird that they went from Sonic 2 to Sonic Adventure 2. They should have did Sonic Adventure 1. Like, they act like Chaos didn't exist. Like, Chaos was a decent villain. If they do another one, I wouldn't be surprised after 4 if they go with Silver. If they go Sonic 06 and they incorporate Silver. You don't want to see Sonic the Werehog? No, nigga, never. I know you don't care about sparking, but did you see the FGC's beefing about Dragon Ball Fighters versus Dragon Ball SZ? What's SZ? Is that Sparking Zero? I'm an idiot. Why? Are they saying Fighters is better? Because it is. It is.
Running shoes. I'll need those to get away from my stalker. Her name is Amy.
Ninja Gaiden dropped last week and I had no idea. It's because you old. That's why. How many movies do you think Mario will make?
No idea.
Mario, they can milk Mario for movies for a while. You gotta keep in mind, Mario's been around since the 80s. So they can milk him for a while. And he's got a lot of different stories. And then they could do Mario spin-off movies too. I mean, you got the original Mario Donkey Kong story with Donkey Kong taking his girl. Shit, you could do a Luigi's Mansion movie. I feel like there were some homages to Luigi's Mansion in the Mario movie. They could also do an expanded Nintendo universe because they already established that the Donkey Kong Kingdom is in the same kingdom as the Mushroom Kingdom. They've always been, I felt like, separate, sort of. They never really explained it, but they've established they're in the same. So they could. I would like to see them do. A Nintendo universe. I would like to see a world where we get Samus and Star Fox interacting with like Kirby and like that would be cool. Find a way to bullshit that. Smash Bros movie or some type of shit. Yeah, DK Bonanza confirmed that. So they're leaning into it even more. Tournament. I think they're already building that. I think they are too. Not gonna lie, no offense, ever since I played Astrobot, I'm not into Mario as much anymore. To be fair, I haven't been a Mario game in a while. What else I got for you? Oh, this is comic book related stuff, but Nick Dragata wants to see Studio Trigger anime of Absolute Batman. So basically he's calling for animation. I've been trying to tell y'all, buy issue number 1 if you haven't already. Go ahead and collect that. I think it's gonna happen. Basically, the people who made Cyberpunk. I don't think it's gonna happen now. I think it's inevitable that it would be animated because it's so popular. It was in the top 5 best-selling New York Times books of this year, which is crazy for a fucking comic book. But like, there hasn't been a major storyline to conclude within Absolute Batman, so I think it's way too soon. But I think in the next 5 years, I wouldn't be surprised if it does get animated. Like, let some storylines, some story arcs conclude before you do it. Yeah, Absolute Batman is gas. Brazilian Catwoman is certified. Yeah, I'm caught up on it. It's gas. It's gas. They're animating another popular comic. They killed the children. I seen that book. It looks interesting. I might read it. I seen recently that Book TikTok. That's a community. They call themselves Book TikTok, as people who just read and review books on TikTok. They've discovered One Piece, so it's a lot of people reading One Piece right now. Yeah, Book Talk. I'm like, I saw, it's fun. And it was, I feel like the universe is telling me to read it because before I saw Book Talk TikToks talking about One Piece's manga, the other day I was in the comic book shop and they have a manga section and they had all the volumes as a collection for One Piece that you could buy. I think it was all of them. It was a big box. I was tempted to get it. And then I Googled how long does it take to read in comparison to watch, and you can read it like really quickly. I was like, maybe I'll read it to catch up. I was like, I'm because it doesn't take that long. It says on average it takes people about 8 minutes to read one like chapter or whatever. Thank you. We're one step closer to getting this, man. The manga's way faster. It's better that way. And I was thinking maybe I read it to catch up and then watch the anime wherever it leaves off. One Piece manga is amazing. You'll love it. Ask Ethos to borrow his collection because he don't read. But I'm not gonna lie, it did tempt me. I bought the Avatar Kyoshi collection last week. I'm gonna read that shit. Both books, because I never read the books about the story. I loosely know about Kyoshi, but like they released the collection with both her books in them. So I was like, maybe I'll get the collection for that. I don't know. I'm just trying to fill my bookshelf. I feel like it's something to brag about. I think it's dope when I see a video of somebody and in the background, I just see a shelf of books. I'll be like, I like that. I want to be that person that has a bookshelf with just tons of different types of books. I think that shit is cool. I'm telling you, One Piece will be your Mass Effect of anime and manga. It has all the things as a fan I watched and enjoyed. True. Oh, the books expand the universe immensely. For the Avatar, I believe it. Only thing I know about Kyoshi is she lived till she was like 200 years old, and apparently she was like the most badass one. I was like, yeah, I might like that shit. And what's funny about the book talking about One Piece manga? I'm reading the comment section and the One Piece fans are saying what they love about book talking about it. Basically coming from the perspective of non-anime fans is they're talking about the actual story and the depth of the characters versus apparently, I guess anime fans just argue about power scaling all the time. Oh, well, Luffy can't beat Goku. They're actually talking about the book. I thought that was fucking funny. I was like, I didn't know that was an issue, bro. I'm like, niggas still on that shit. Like, I think that's what made me get into it. Is because like they love to hear actual book fans just talking about the writing, bro. I was like, that's fucking funny, bro. Oh shit, the story is immaculate. Because for those unaware, there's a new Absolute Batman comes out this week. It's Absolute Batman Annual #1. This comes out on Wednesday. I'm going to the comic book store on Wednesday to get this shit. So it's the origin of the Batmobile in the Absolute universe, but on the cover is fucking gas. The cover has Batman beating a bunch of KKK members up, bruh. I said, oh yeah, we got to get that. That comes out this week. So a new issue comes out this week. So I'm gonna be in the store. I might look and see what's the price on the One Piece. Maybe I'll get it for myself for Christmas or something like that if it's too damn expensive. I don't know who's making these covers, but they're cooking. They're cooking. If you want something in the collection, this is a fire fucking cover, bruh. You said what day? Wednesday. Wednesday is new comic book day. It comes out Wednesday. This Wednesday. I already pre-ordered it. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Have you heard the planning to end the Ultimate Universe soon? I did. I seen that. A lot of people were upset about that shit because that's like the only good thing Marvel's been putting out recently. This man T-Base's going to become a Zoro fan when he reads One Piece. I know who Zoro is. That's the Green Samurai dude, right? I remember that dude because I told you I've watched 13 episodes of One Piece. I just thought it was really slow at the beginning. But Zoro is the same voice actor who plays Captain Yami. I recognized his voice right away. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this character because I like Captain Yami and they both got swords. I'm pretty sure that's the same voice actor. From Black Clover. Y'all don't know about that Black Clover. Y'all don't know about that. You know what it is though? You know what it is though? I'm afraid if I do buy a collection of manga, then I'm gonna have another habit. Not only am I buying comic books, I'm now buying manga. Cause if I buy One Piece, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna want to buy Black Clover. Like I'm probably gonna want to buy the Black Clover collection, bro. Oh shit. Oh, here's the design. This leak, I think this is gonna be in the new Batman, but this is what the Absolute Joker looks like. This nigga fighting a 12-foot demon. Y'all pray for Batman. If you are not keeping up on this shit, I see Mighty Keith talking about this. He's like, should I read it? I was like, yeah, it's actually gas, bro. This is Absolute Joker. I want a manga collection, so I feel you. At least you're honest about addiction. I'm the type of person, when I get into something, I'm very passionate about it. Like, I get into it. When I collect these vinyls, I'm gonna collect. I don't just be doing shit to do it. Like, I want to really entrench myself in the culture, basically. You're gonna be a manga fan? Because like reading comics is fun, bro. It's quick, bro. I usually read 2 to 3 chapters every night before bed because I read, for those unaware, if you want another reason to get into reading, I read that reading helps you fall asleep. So that gave me even more reason to read because I be struggling to sleep, bro. But it helps relax you. So like I be trying to read like 2-3 chapters every night. Do you read novels? Not as much as comics, but yeah, I do. Dog, Joker fun to be a menace. He fun to be a menace. I think manga is easier to get into than comics because of the linear story. I feel that. Never end on an L. Never end on an L, bruh. Is that all I have for y'all? I think that's all I have for y'all in terms of articles. Oh, let's go into sub box before we get on this Ghost of Yote. Let's see what the fuck going on. I started reading some comic book that just came out. I'm only halfway through. I fell asleep last night. But she a big titty
Your resub is cool,
demon slayer.
Honestly, there's only one ideology I resubscribe to, and that's BBC.
She's a big titty Catholic nun demon slayer. I forgot the name of the fucking book. Let me switch to this shit. It's okay from what I'm reading so far. You had me at big titties. I'm trying to remember what I think it starts with an M or something like that. You said, huh? Oh, is it on my
Holy shit. Someone just resubbed.
Is it Marion? It might. Oh, Marion Herod. It had good reviews. It had good reviews online, but I'm not gonna lie. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I think Gooners just like this shit, bruh. It's a new book that came out. This is #1. Marion Heretic. She's like a nun with fat ass titties that fights fucking demons and shit, bruh. I was like, whatever, because it had good reviews. It's okay. I think Gooners just like. Anyways, he said, say less. He said, I'm on that when I hit the shop. I'm on that. I believe you reposted that one. If I might have posted on. You had my curiosity. Now you got my attention. All right, let's see what's going on. What's going on in the shub box? Anything I should be aware of? I seen the Pokemon fans is addicted. Siggy was shiny hunting. He was out there. The dispatch that was talking about the data survival. What the fuck is this? Oh, I thought I got charged. I got a payment. A bills tack all at once. Grab a copy of Escape Cool World War II comic with animals of Escape. Oh no, I have that. That's the one with the gray background. I have that. I haven't read it yet. I have it. I think that's published by Image. I'm almost caught up on Absolute Superman 2. I think I'm like 2 issues behind. Demon School? What's this? Is it anime or something? Bruh, nigga, what the fuck did you just link me? Myth Realm Early Access. What is this? Hands-on preview of Crimson Desert. I feel like I've seen this game way too much. What am I displaying my comics with? I keep them in a case right now. I mean, in short boxes. I'm not going to display them until I get a house. I don't have a lot of space in my office right now. But when I get a house, I'm gonna get those display cases, those expensive ones, and hang them on the wall. The ones that I really want to hang. Zootopia. I don't really see no Anchor. Shark Game. Terry Crews and Black Ops. Of course, celebrities. Arc Raiders official launch. Who's excited? Screamer official gameplay overview. Screamer. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. Bluey the video game. Let's go. Bolt gun. Black on the season 1. We already seen that. You streaming early, catching it on the break? I'm trying. It's only 1:32. That shit weird as hell. All right, I'm not gonna keep scrolling all day. Once Human Power World. What? Did you like Midnight Club? I never played Midnight Club, so I can't speak on it. Don't judge me. I never played it. One of those games I just missed out on. All right. Let's check out the trailer. It's looking a little what? Say it with me. Full Sail. Coming from a Full Sail freshman. Have you heard about the comic book crossover going on with Transformers and Robert Kirkman? I have, for those who are not following. A cartoon got they have something called the Energon universe. It's a crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe, and a new animated show got greenlit that's being written by Robert Kirkman in the Energizer universe. And Robert Kirkman wrote Invincible and The Walking Dead. So a lot of people are excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. It should be fire. This is looking a little Full Sail. And it's supposed to be like M-rated. It's going to be an adult show, not a kid show. So that'd be interesting to see G.I. Joe and like I'm not a big G.I. Joe fan. I always thought that shit was corny, but I like Transformers. So it'd be interesting to see how that is like in a very invincible, bloody type of situation. This is looking Full Sail sophomore. We're just killing sharks. Who's putting money into these games? Ain't nobody putting money into this shit. You guys have to understand, if you open up the Epic game launcher, you can download the Unreal Engine 5. Just download the Unreal Engine 5 for free, get some free assets, and you can make Anchor. Ain't nobody fucking funding this shit. Anybody can make a game now. That's the reason why so many people are using Unreal Engine, because it's free to use. Anybody can download it right now, and you do not have to pay royalties on your game sales until you hit like 100,000 or something like that. Then they take like 3% of your sales or something like that. So even if you make a game and you publish it and it makes no money, you still don't have to pay for nothing, bro. That's why all these goofy ass Full Sail games coming out, bro. Nah, I'm skipping out on Dispatch. Do you think most of these old school cartoons need an M-rated version show? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think G.I. Joe and Transformers needs to be M-rated, because I'm trying to wrap my brain around that. Like, how does that work? Is like, are the robots supposed to bleed oil? And I always feel like G.I. Joe is for like little Boy Scout ass boys, like little kids. I don't know, but I'm not gonna knock it until I see it.
Doors are closing in 5.
What is this? Arc Raiders official launch. G.I. Joe, I can see it because it dealt with soldiers, right? Like the horrors of war or something. Classic G.I. Joe is super campy. No, bruh. Like G.I. Joe practically invented the PSA. At the end of every episode, hey kids, if you see a stranger, scream stranger danger and run away. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Like that's what when I think of G.I. Joe, that's what I think of. G.I. Joe. Smoking is not cool. It'll make your lungs black and you'll get cancer. So don't smoke, kids. G.I. Joe.
They said the world above.
You thinking of Spec Ops: The Line.
But endings are only for those who forgot how to begin again. So you learn to listen, to move quiet, think fast.
Hello there.
Be ready to change your mind. Up there.
Does this game have a story, chat? For the people who play the beta, is there any story to this, or just drops you in the world and it says survive?
They're twisted. The rules are gone.
Yeah, it's got some. Nice.
But if you were brave enough to wander and seek, who knows what you might find.
Hey, don't shoot.
No sex before marriage. G.I. Joe. The visuals look crispy. Check out Primal, made by the creator of Samurai Jack. What streaming service is that on? Enlist.resist.
Hey, look at this. They ain't ducks. Come on, Apollo ain't paying enough for this.
HBO Max. Looks pretty good. I'll be watching people streaming it. I'll see. I want to see what's the response. What's the longevity of this game? But I'm like halfway interested in it. It's just so many goddamn games, dude. Just overwhelmed. Over goddamn whelmed. But it looks decent. Primal's crack. I believe y'all. I believe y'all. Screamer. This is a racing game?
Screamer is an arcade racing game that does a lot of things differently. One of them is that we designed teams of 3 characters each and we put them at the forefront of the experience. Each team is made of 1 leader, which we consider the main representative of the team, and 2 members, which help him in his journey. Members use what we call entry-level cars. They are designed for your first experience with the game.
So basically, each driver has strengths and weaknesses as well as perks.
And they are also designed a little bit more for fighting compared to racing. Leader cars, on the other hand, are designed for racing first and foremost, and fighting in addition.
I'm actually interested in this, really?
Finding a character that play following your preferences is key to enjoying the game.
With all the things going on in Screamer while racing and fighting,
hey, hold up, this don't look bad.
To give the players a full control over the cars, regardless they are member or leader cars. So we thought about achieving a perfect drift system with a twin stick control. So with the left,
I remember you watched this game last year at the Game Awards and you said the font looked ashy. It doesn't look ashy now. It looks whatever. They must have improved it. It looked, I don't remember this game.
The steering.
Yeah, I would say the frame rate is dropping a little bit though, and that's bad for a racing game.
Very clean and fluid corners, sweeping and tweaking the line of the car. But if you need something more radical, and quite often you'll need to do so, to change the direction or to drift around corners, or to engage other cars in the fighting part, you'll use the right stick. That triggers the drift mechanic separately from the steering one. So you can interact them so you can drift, steer, or correct.
I feel like I haven't played a racing game in a really long time.
Part, so you can achieve complete control over your car. The difference is really remarkable.
What's the name of this?
Usually,
Screamer.
you need to enter in other games the drift state, typically using the brakes. But it's very hard to understand when to do so and how to do it precisely, and how to exit the drift. While in Screamer, you have complete control over the two phases.
Oh, I got Hulu, nice.
Seamlessly, achieving a total control
Got a
of
T-Mobile.
your car.
The Twin Stick is just one of our gameplay systems. Another one is the Eco. The Eco is a device installed on all vehicles that have to take part in the tournament, and it's a major plot point of our story. The Eco is what fuels both the racing and the fighting part of this game. For the racing,
I want to see the fighting
we use a
part.
resource that we call Sync, that allows you to boost and to shield. Instead, for the fighting, you will use what we call the Entropy, that allows you to use the mechanics of strike and overdrive.
So as Federico was saying, Sync is used for boosting and shielding against attacks. But how do you build it? Well, there's a passive way, just getting into the groove of the race, or actively building it up with specific actions like active shift, or doing KOs or others. It's all integrated into the mechanics and to the gameplay of Screamer, but we'll cover it more in the next video, going deeper in all the mechanics and how do they work.
I feel like they shouldn't announce that there's fighting in the game and then show next to none of it. Give us a little hint at the end, but it looks okay. Screamer. I like the art style though. Reminds me of Asphalt. That's a Ubisoft game. Nah, it's not on PS4. And then this nigga linked this Demon School shit, bro. What the hell? What is this goofy game? Hey, what the fuck am I looking at? Now what I tell you about this double shit, chat? See, now I gotta take a holy shower. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Let's get on the game. I don't know. Jeez. I'll tell you about that devil shit in my chat. You gotta get yourself a 600.